Yes, yes, of course. I understand. I assure you, Fargo, I am fully aware of the severity of the situation, and I will handle it with tact. No, I will not require supervision, though we do presume them to be a sick. Would you relax, Fargo? There's nobody around. And even if there were anyone around, even Lord Frieza himself, there's nothing wrong with being pragmatic. Now, again, even if we were to presume that they are what we suspect them to be, they do not pose any immediate threat. Furthermore, they're severely injured, to the point where even you could dispense with them. Yes, yes, threaten my job and complain about rank and pecking order all you want. But should they really turn out to be what we think, imagine the anger Lord Frieza would exert, especially after learning that the reason they regained their strength, after remaining unattended in our infirmary, which also, might I remind you, houses our recuperation chambers, was caused by the lost kitten of a Namekian that he reluctantly let be raised by his force. Stammer all you want, just do it in your quarters, away from my office. It's time for me to practice medicine.
Well, you're still in the land of the living, so that's something. Hopefully I can fix you up a bit more. I'd have just tossed you into one of our healing chambers, but since they're not sure if you're actually sane or not, they won't let me risk wasting supplies or whatever. It'd be a much easier test than running all these diagnostics anyway. Be even easier if you had a tail, then I know for sure. Well, come to think of it, even if you did have a tail, they probably wouldn't have even brought you on board to begin with. Probably would have just let you die on that planet alone after the raid. Now, let me see here. Your vitals are definitely out of whack. No doubt from the raid. Not sure what your base levels would be, but I think I have a copy of Prince Vegeta's file somewhere. Here, okay, nice. Now, if I just pull his up and base your levels to his, adjust for potential training differences, how different the gravity is on planet Vegeta. I highly doubt you're his long-lost sibling or whatever, so I can rule out any kind of abnormalities in your power level based on his lineage. And what do you know? You, my extra special patient, seem to match his bio levels. Right down to the oxygen levels in your blood. Your adrenaline's rising. Seems like someone's waking up and is also realizing that they aren't exactly in their own bed. Hey, easy there, slugger. I know what you're thinking. I'm not here to hurt you. And no, unfortunately, I will not be undoing your restraints. They're there for your safety, just as well as mine. Well, because one, I don't really feel like getting a new hole in my body, and two, I had to run some tests on you to, try and save your life. I didn't need any sudden jerks or twitches to have you get injured worse than what I could fix. I have a spotless record here, you know. Every person I've treated has walked out those doors after. Granted, it wasn't, necessarily on the legs they were born with, but still. Yes, I'm here to help you. First and foremost. I don't care about Frieza and his MO. Mine is to help people who need it. Hippocratic oath and all that. Yeah, besides, it feels pretty good to help the race that Frieza hates most. Any enemy of his is a pretty good friend of mine. Oh, yeah, I know you were saying. Your levels match almost perfectly with Prince Vegeta's when he was last patched up here. Don't worry though. I don't have any plans to rat you out. Like I said, I don't care for Frieza's motives. The bastard scooped me up years ago when I first left medical school. He struck a deal with my university. One record-breakingly perfect graduate doctor for a few billion zenny for the global economy. Well, and the ensured safety of the planet. What? You really think you could get me out of this? Okay, look. I know how powerful Saiyans can be. Those who on Earth, especially. But you? Look, a raiding party wiped the floor with you. No offense, but I really don't think you'd be able to take on Frieza. Especially not like this. Well, I guess we don't necessarily have to go through him. A girl can wish, though. But before we can even think about a plan of escape, we gotta get you back into tip-top shape. You are most certainly not fine. You've got enough adrenaline running through your body right now to bring all of Otherworld back to life. Meanwhile, in the real world, you've got 9 cracked ribs, 6 broken ribs, at least 19 different lacerations and incised wounds that, might I say, I worked my ass off to suture, and a class 4 hemorrhagic shock. Not to mention the countless abrasions and lesions that I still haven't finished bandaging. Well, you're welcome for all the work. Like I said, it's my way. But now, since you're awake, there's a few things I do need from you. Just basic stuff. Let me just pull up my form here, and it's not pulling up the file. Excellent. I guess we're doing this old school. Where's my clipboard? Oh, right here. Okay, so, again, this is just gonna be some basic info, and I might take some extra notes here and there. Nothing too sensitive, I promise. Does that sound good to you? Wonderful. So first question. What is your full name? First and last. Middle if you want, or if you have one. Gotcha. That's a really nice name. It suits you. Next question. When were you born? Month, day, and year, please. Uh-huh. Gotcha. Alright. What gender would you say best describes you? Alright, lovely. And originally, which planet are you from? Got it. Now, I'm supposed to ask what your species is, but I already have my answer. However, I think I'll leave it blank for now. I don't want to overplay our hand here. Do you have any allergies? Gotcha. I'm sorry, do we need all these questions? Yes, we do. I do. Look, we may be trying to break out of here sometime soon, but I still want to do my job properly. And that involves making sure I give you the proper care you need, specifically for you. Thank you. Now, where was I? Right. Final question. Do you swear fealty and loyalty to our fearsome leader, Lord Frieza? And by doing so, do you also swear to... Okay, screw this one. We're just gonna leave this one blank too. Now you want me to read more? Look, if you want a copy of the 2.5 paragraph long self-serving nonsense that he puts into everything, from my new patient intake to the goddamn lunch menu, I can get you one. Hell, I'll even laminate it for you. But can I please get to the part of my job that really matters? Thank you. Now, like I said earlier, I've already stitched you up and managed your internal bleeding while you were off on your way to Snake Way. But you've still got some cuts I'd like to bandage. And I'd also like to give your head a once-over with my scanner now that you've been awake for a bit, just so I can see if you've got any head trauma or anything I couldn't catch while you were out. Okay? Alright. And since we're trying to get out of here, I'm gonna break out the good stuff. No, not the healing pods. They're connected to the main network, and if I turn one of those suckers on without the okay from Frieza himself, this whole wing of the ship is getting turned into meat confetti. What I mean is this. Kind of the same fluid, only diluted, and meant for the old Saiyan Force Frieza had years ago. It won't help with your ribs, but it'll be like magic for those cuts and scrapes all over you. Might even help those stitched ones close up a little more. Oh, yeah, it's gonna sting like hell. It's not just like green peroxide or anything. Just hold your breath and grit your teeth. You gotta take a small bath in this stuff. Ready? I sure hope so. I told you it was gonna sting. I wasn't just trying to talk it up or anything. Now, come on. I don't want to have to stop every few sprays just to make sure that it still hurts. Alright, there. That should set in by itself and leave you looking better. No, I'm not this short with all my patients. Just the ones that rush me or question my abilities. Alright, while that's setting, I'm gonna go ahead and give your head a quick scan, alright? No, this won't hurt. Well, not unless you look directly into the light, which I hope you wouldn't. But shush, let me do my job. Let's just get this on and...
Standing by.
There we are. Now, just sit as still as you can while I sweep this from side to side.
Complete.
Alright, readings are a-okay. Then that really just leaves the issue of your ribs. Normally that'd take a few weeks, but since I'm already dipping into the good stuff, we do have some old stuff they use for the rest of the Force. Let's see if I can find any. No. Oh, now I find the rest of my gloves. Why the hell would they put them here without asking me first? They make me sign for everything anyway. Ugh. Whatever. Not here either. Oh, bingo. Found some. It's organic bone mineral. It's basically all the mineral, salt, and calcium that makes your bones rigid, plus a splash of some lab-grown material and Ossian to finish the bone matrices. No, I don't expect you to understand all of what I'm saying. It's just nice to have someone that I can actually talk to instead of at. And to not have to tune out how much they hate the native population of whatever planet they've cleared out. Yeah, well, if you're taking me with you, you better get used to my yapping. Now, I hope you're not afraid of needles. Oh, come on. A big, strong Saiyan is scared of a little needle. Do you know how many times I stuck you with one while you were out? Also, I didn't just draw those stitches on you, you know. Now sit still. Just don't look. Besides, I'll bet you won't even feel it. I am very good at my job. I'm gonna get the needle ready. Just try to relax. Take some deep breaths. I promise. You really won't feel a thing. Especially if you don't look. Alright. We're all set here. I've drawn what should be enough for your physiology. I just gotta inject into your side there, and your body will do the rest. Yeah, it's gotta be your side. Anywhere else, and it either won't be effective, or might end up causing complications. Now come on, close your eyes. Now I'll tell you what. To give you some time, why don't you tell me about yourself? Like, why were you there during the raid, and what do you like to do for fun? That sort of thing. Uh-huh. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Really? Yeah? Uh-huh. Hmm. Not to interrupt, but I've already given you the injection. It was quick and painless, right? Hey, it's like I said. I'm good at my job. Now, before I forget, I'm gonna get these restraints off of you. I think I can trust you to not just run out of here without me. There. Better? Good. Now, knowing your kind, you're probably starving by now. I'm gonna make my way to the mess hall and take just about everything I can without getting any more looks than usual. You just lay in one of those beds and act like you're not awake. Or actually take a nap. Regardless, we don't need anyone wondering why there's an awake and fully healed maybe Saiyan on board. Come on. Do you really think I'd go through all this trouble just to change my mind at the very end? And if so, why would I even bother untying you? Yeah, no worries. Just make yourself cozy. I'll be back in a few minutes. Then we can plan our escape. Deal? Awesome. I'll see you in a bit.